Okay, so here we are again in another video. Sorry. And today we're gonna start with DXY. Okay, so let's see what happened today. Okay, so on H1 I'm trying to focus more in the close view, not like in the big view. I just try to focus on the close view. Obviously I can see here because it's close, but I'm trying to focus on this close, okay? So yeah, well, here I can understand that there's no relevant liquidity to stop the price. And this morning I saw this break here, this relevant liquidity on H1 here. So I saw that here we had break obstructor, buyers accumulation here, probably relevant liquidity on H1 taken here. So my analysis was not the best, as I was like I had to go to the doctor, and well, I just wasn't in the chart this morning. So I understand that here we have relevant liquidity on H1, and then we have relevant liquidity on H1 up here too. Okay, so knowing that, it's true that I could have looked for sells even more after seeing this trend line here, which is a seller's accumulation probably. But yeah, for my understanding, I was looking for buys to take this relevant liquidity on H1, or I thought it was the correct thing to look for. And well, then I saw that the price, well, I didn't saw today because I wasn't on the charts, but I saw later on that it was moving to the upside. It's true that here we have no relevant liquidity, as for me the relevant liquidity is here with the previous daily high and everything. The break of starter is here, so this is why I marked up this low, because for me the break of starter on M5 is down here. So it's true that we were probably here we have this seller's accumulation more or less, but for me here we were accumulating buyers, we were inducing buyers. So if we look at this, here we have the round liquidity and it takes that perfectly. And well, because why this round liquidity? Because here we have clear break obstructor. This is the high that takes this liquidity here. So this is probably round liquidity. As we have probably more breaks obstructor down here, but all the liquidity is taken. So you can see here we have break obstructor, it takes the liquidity here, then it takes the liquidity here. So the relevant liquidity left is this one and this one here. So yeah, I've seen this pattern a few times. So here it's creating seller's liquidity, and then it takes some liquidity to the left and it moves, it creates the real move. So yeah, you can see here we had break obstructor, mitigation more or less, and then movement to the downside. But well, yeah, my direction wasn't perfect and it took the previous daily low and previous weekly low plus round liquidity on each one. Okay, so yeah, pretty interesting. Then we go to EU. So here on EU, I had this round liquidity on H1 take marked up, but usually when you see these strong moves to the downside, like with this candle close here, probably they are inducing sellers and they go to take the other liquidity, and here it happened like that. It even respected the previous weekly high here. I'm not sure if it's going to take it, but after seeing this week here, probably there's a lot of sellers. I'm not sure, but I would say that it could take that. Okay, maybe taking this round liquidity first. I don't know, but yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it's going to take that at some point. So yeah, after seeing this close here, taking this rally within H1, it's pretty clear that they are inducing buyers. There's, as you can see, it never stops the price. It's a full movement to the downside. And yeah, so today it went here, it took this rival liquidity to the left, and here, well, we have this rival liquidity here. So it took that. Okay, it took that. It tried to induce buyers, but these for me are not no break obstructor, but this one yes. Break obstructor, mitigation, and probably an entry on M1. With the mitigation, as you can see, it broke this little structure here. Yeah, I think I would have entered probably here. And well, but I don't think I wouldn't have entered because it's not my timing. But yeah, and at least TP here. Yeah, I think TP here or TP here. Okay. So pretty huge stop loss. If you like more, yeah, risky trades, something like this. But yeah, I'm trying to have more TPs than everything. Like not TPs, but I prefer to have a winning trade than a stop loss and then re-entering because I doubt and everything. Okay. So yeah, this is my understanding about EU. Okay, GU. So, well, yesterday I forgot to record the video because I come from holidays and, well, I came back from work, I had a call, and yeah, I just forgot. So, there's no video from yesterday. But, well, it was a good day because I had a good trade on USD I'm going to try to show you now, but yeah. So GBP the same, we could expect buys if we see this strong move to the downside. I don't like this week, but this one, well, yeah. So it created liquidity here and it went to take the rival liquidity on H1 and previous daily high. So yeah, here it created liquidity and yeah, nothing interesting for me here really. And here we had a fake break of start of the downside. It even took this low here. For me, it's no relevant. There's no relevant liquidity. As maybe you have relevant liquidity here, but the relevant liquidity is down here. And it respected that, so yeah, no entry for me. And then continuation, like break here, mitigation of this, and continuation. I don't usually trade this because I'm not sure about that. I never studied that, so yeah. USD Opa. So, well, I recorded a video from yesterday, but I think I eliminated the video. I'm not sure about that, but well. So, well, I'm going to explain yesterday's trade in a moment. So yesterday, yesterday we had this previous weekly high with rally within H1 and everything here. So I expected this to be taken. Yes, but understanding other pairs and everything and taking some liquidity here, I saw this liquidity, like this seller's liquidity being created. So this, and I saw this pattern a few times. I am not sure about how many times because I have to study it. Like I have to find some time to study everything, and to be sure you have to study the profitability of your patterns and your entries and everything, and I have to do that. I don't have time, but I want to do it because it's the only thing that can make you profitable when you manage your emotions. But you will manage your emotions properly if you have all the data. Okay, so that's what I'm trying. So after explaining my fucking life, so here probably we have ground liquidity here on M5. I think I marked up this, I'm not sure. So I saw all this liquidity here, we had all this liquidity here. So it never it never took this. It moved to the upside. This liquidity. So yeah, it moved to the upside. It took this liquidity on M5. I had conviction with the trade. Okay, I felt like pretty good. So I saw this candle closure like with this week, and then I saw this candle closure, like big candle closure with strength, and then I saw this break here. So it was a little bit risky, okay, for me because it is not really mitigating, like it's mitigating the POI on M5. I'm trying to look for mitigations now. So it's another confirmation more or less. So it mitigated here with the Asia midline and everything. It was a little bit risky because on M1 we have much more space or imbalance or whatever to take, but taking this here, I'm just trying to study that if it starts breaking structures, but not structures to the left, so lower lows, higher lows, lower lows. So here we have a lower low. It broke to the upside with strength, engulfing candle, and I entered here more or less. I don't know if the stop loss was something like this, and it was a 1 to 3 something, I think. So probably it was something like that, okay? And this was my trade. So knowing that, I'm gonna look at today's chart. It's going to be a little bit long video, but well. So today I saw that we took this previous weekly high, and there was really nothing to enter. Today was a chill day. Luckily, I wasn't here because I didn't see nothing clear. So I'm gonna eliminate this because it's not really relevant. So we took this previous weekly high here, previous weekly high here, but there's not a lot of liquidity there as it's too late for me. And as you can see, it keeps all the price all the time here. It even respects this low. That's why probably we take this low here, which is from break and retest traders probably. It takes that, break of structure, and then possible entry. And here it creates, we can see a lot of sellers, and then it takes all them out and boom, movement to the downside. Okay, so there's nothing really interesting here to trade. Okay, USD CHF, more or less the same, but we took the previous weekly high to the left, liquidity, and then I saw on M5 that during Asia it created all this sellers liquidity here. We even had a reaction. It took this drama liquidity on M5 here to the left. It moved to the downside with the strength, and I've seen these patterns a few times. So it consists on like creating sellers liquidity. It's more or less like USDJPY. More or less, I was looking for the same. Create sellers liquidity, move into the downside to induce them. It takes all them out. Okay, it takes all them out. Fake BOS. It takes the liquidity of the fake BOS, early sellers, and then boom. So I didn't trade that. I saw it later on. Yeah, a little bit difficult, but we had previous weekly high here, Asian midline, probably, well, daily open maybe it's here, but I don't know why I can see the daily open price. This is a good question. Daily open, it's 0. Where is that? Well, now, yeah, it's here. Let me save as default. Okay, so yeah, we have this movement to the downside. And then USD CAD. Okay, so here we had a break to the upside, driven liquidity on H1. Here, so this driven liquidity on H1 that it took yesterday. And here we have previous weekly high, driven liquidity on H1. Here we have previous daily high and driven liquidity on H1. So today it created like a few moves to take all the liquidity, like we had sellers liquidity here and buyers liquidity, and obviously it took them all today. Obviously not, because some days it leaves the liquidity to take them out some other day. And now I think we are ready to take this liquidity. At least I think this is an SMT reaction. I'm not sure, but it took this only with the F5, but it took this one too. So yeah, let's see tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to trade. Well, trade at least. Look at the charts. Trade for me is opening and closing trades, but I'm not sure of that if I don't see my trades. And if I don't see a clear trade, I try to not to trade, but sometimes I make mistakes because I don't have a proper study of my profitability. And well, I'm just trying that. ChatGPT doesn't work really well with understanding drawings and everything. I gave him all my notes. I gave him all the tips, everything explained, and even with that, it's a fucking mess. So yeah, I even paid. Okay, so don't be like me and study by yourself. Or if you know some app, something, tell me. Okay. So yeah, this was my day after seeing everything, of course. And well, I hope you like it, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.